Welcome back to HuffDaddy Barbecue. Today we're going to be making what I consider my favorite side dish. It's a Southern classic, it's soul food, it's a lot of times misunderstood by a lot of people because it is delicious. I'm talking about collard greens. They're healthy for you, smoky, mine's a little bit sweet. I make this recipe for all my friends and even the ones that say I'm not eating greens. When they get done eating HuffDaddy's greens, they said, damn. So let's get started. All right, the first thing you want to do is get a heavy pot and start off with just a little bit of olive oil, because we're going to take about 6 strips of bacon. Now you can use ham, you can use ham hocks, any smoky meat. I just like to choose bacon because it's the most readily available. We're going to cook this down until it's about 3/4 of the way done. Once some of the fat has started to render out of the bacon and it's starting to get crispy, we're going to add 1 medium yellow onion. Sliced or chopped, it doesn't really matter because it's going to dissolve down as it goes through the cooking process. After about 3 to 4 minutes of the onions cooking, add 3 cloves of chopped garlic. After 1 minute of cooking the garlic, add a couple of splashes of liquid smoke and Tabasco to help deglaze the bottom of the pan and get all of that yummy goodness off the bottom. Then add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Once you've got all that scraped up off the bottom of the pan, I add 2 cups of chicken stock. You can use any store brand chicken stock, salted or unsalted, it's up to you. I like to make my own. Once the liquid has come to a simmer, add about a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, optional ingredient if you like a little kick, a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and then my secret ingredient, about 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Once the sugar has dissolved, turn the heat down to medium-low and just let it simmer while all those flavors combine and we work on the collard greens. Okay, as for the collard greens themselves, you buy them in bunches. I usually make 2 to 3 bunches at a time, and don't worry, it's going to look like a lot, but they're definitely going to cook down. These are actually relatively small as far as collard greens go. I've seen them the size of this entire cutting board. But let me show you what you want to do. You want to take your leaves, bend them over like this, fold them in half, and then take it and rip out that spine. That way you're just going to have the leaf left. Show you again. There you go. Now you're going to want to make sure your leaves, I'm sorry I forgot to say this, you're going to want to make sure the leaves are very well rinsed off. Maybe even put them in your sink full of water, rinse them off really good, get out all that dirt, and then you can leave a little bit of the stem, but for the most part, you want to get rid of as much as you can. Then I'll show you what you're going to do. You're going to take the leaves, line them up, roll it up tight like that, and then just give it a chop. Kind of like little ribbons, right? Now, I'm going to tell you this. I've made collard greens for a long time. The most difficult and time-consuming part of doing collard greens is cleaning them up, taking them off the stem and chopping them up. Trust me when I tell you this, save yourself some time. Now you can buy them in the store at like Sprouts or Walmart, collard greens that are already washed, trimmed, and cut up. So, your choice, take the easy way, do it yourself. And the end result really doesn't matter. It's all about the same. Okay, the liquor or the liquid has been simmering for about 30 minutes. The collard greens are all chopped up, cleaned, and ready to go. Now it's time to add them to the pot. You just want to add them in the pot in bunches, as much as you can. Fill up the pot. If you've got too many to go in the pot, that's okay. Once the pot gets full, you simply put on the lid, let it work for about 5 minutes, and those greens will cook down, and you can add more to the pot. Okay, they have been in all in the pot now and simmering for about 30 minutes. Let's take a look. That's what you're looking for. Greens cooked down, almost covered in that juice, the broth that we made, bacon, onions, garlic. Man, I can't wait. So here's the great thing about these collard greens. Once you get to this part, all you do is you put the lid on and you let it go on low. You simmer for about 2.5 to 3 hours until they get tender, and then we're ready to eat. Okay, the collard greens have been simmering away on the stove for about 3 hours. They might not look like much, but man, that right there is 100% a bowl of deliciousness. My favorite side, let me give them a try. You taste the bacon, you definitely get the smoke flavor, a little bit of heat from the Tabasco, that brown sugar and the vinegar help take a little bit away from the bitterness of the greens. Oh, this is my favorite side dish, I'm telling you guys. If you want to get down to the soul, your roots, make some collard greens with your next barbecue. Thank you, as always, for stopping by my channel. Be sure to subscribe and click on those notifications so you'll get notified anytime I put out a new video. Man, I got to get back to eating. You guys, I'll see you next time.